Big Kev.
You're
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of things happened in Bears land this week. We had the joint practice. We traveled over to Cincy. A lot of things happened on offense and defense. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna give our top five players that got to stand out in today's game in preseason game two against the Bengals. We also gonna talk, is the Colston Loveland height a little bit too high? Or is it just exactly what it's supposed to be? And we're gonna talk about the left tackle battle, Theo Benedict, Armaganje, all of them. Braxton
Braxton.
Jones, and of course, Isaac Chapillo is on his way. We're gonna talk all about after that, after the music drop though.
Let go.
For tuning in for another episode of Chicago Bears Central. One of your hosts here, Steve O, with your boy Big Kev as well. On our Saturday episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you want to hit us up on a text, call, or whatever, it's 773-242-9336 or Shop Bears Central on all social media and platforms. What up, Big Kev? What's the word?
Who you thinking about on all shorty, nigga? I'm happy as hell to have power, gang.
On
That's
my
that's
mama.
that's it was rough, but we was in the stone ages. It was crazy as hell waking up in the middle of the night, going to the bathroom, looking for flashlights.
Nah, for real.
But real talk, pray for Northwest Indiana, of course, Gary, but all the other surrounding cities as well. It's a lot of people without power. It's not just Gary, Indiana. I know that's the buzzword right now, but it's a struggle for a lot of people in Northwest Indiana. Period. So y'all pray for the area, man. But we good. We back, baby. What's the word?
Man, the Chicago Bears and the Bengals is the word. As you know, this week we traveled to Cincinnati, Ohio, because not only did we play them today in the second preseason game, but we had our first joint practice against them on Thursday. And for the most part, for what we said and what I've heard, it was a solid practice. Wasn't perfect. Um, Offensive line got their ass whooped, especially the interior line towards the end of practice. Started off strong, made some plays. Yeah. So before we get into the main talk, what was your overall thoughts on the joint practice?
I'm just happy that the ones are getting some reps against actual defenses, not just your teammates. So
Yeah.
you going against other teams. This is probably all we're gonna see with Caleb. We ain't really see it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure Pat the designer saw it because he out there. But
There's some clips. They finally got some clips out there.
okay, but yeah, for the most part though, like the number one offensive unit, they're not gonna get out there tonight and play. You might see maybe Braxton Jones or whoever's gonna be battling for that left tackle situation, but you're not gonna see the Calebs, you're not gonna see the Swifts and so on and so forth. So it was good to be able to hear about how the number one offense looked against a number one defense because this ain't the preseason of yesteryear where you're gonna see the number ones go out there for an entire half for this second game because now it's only 3 games. Back in the day it was 4, right? So
Yep.
in that third game you got to see the offense for the first half and then you wouldn't see them anymore. Those days are over with. We're probably not going to see Caleb at all for the preseason, which I'm not too mad at. But at the end of the day, good job out there in Cincinnati. You're still in hostile territory, regardless of if it's practice or not. You're going up against guys that got pride, and the offense went out there and the defense went out there and did what they needed to do.
For sure, for sure. Like I mentioned, Bengals is still one of those offenses that could put up points, hence the type of performance that they gave. What was it, 48-45 in the last game, something like that. But yeah, and then they add Dexter Lawrence on the interior who had his way, who has a point to prove coming off his worst season with the Giants being traded over to the Bengals. So yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna be no cakewalk. But let's get straight into the video. So the first topic that we're gonna have, we mentioned in the beginning, is of course we play a game today. We gonna be live. It's gonna be special though. tune in.
Mhm.
But hey, give me 5 players that you feel needs to show out in game 2 for sure.
Well, so I'll go with one, and then you go with one.
All right, let's do it.
But I'm starting with Jade Walker, man. Caden Davis in game 1. That boy caught everything through in his direction from every angle, bro.
Bro, yes.
Every single thing that went his way, he pulled it in, and I was honestly very impressed. I mean, I know that it's the preseason, and I know you out there catching balls from the second string, third string quarterback. You playing against second string, third string, and also Home Depot parking lot defensive players.
No, for real.
But he was, hey man, he got a point to prove. So I just feel like Jade's job, while it might be safe, he got to be looking on his over his shoulder a little bit, bro.
Yeah, I've been saying that for the majority of training camp. Yeah, we've been hearing Johnny's name, especially the last few weeks and the last few days. But Kaden Davis is something you hear every single practice. It don't matter. He's listed as one of the fastest players on the team, and like you said, he makes plays every day, and then it translates on the actual game with him having the highest amount of yards last game with 88 with 4 receptions. So, dude, I think if he ain't made it known yet, he probably will be the 6th wide receiver. You just got to put him on the field because he's gonna make a play. I'm with.
Mm-hmm.
My first pick would have to be. I want to see more. I ain't gonna lie, Jordan Lynch. Now, Jordan Lynch is a guy that we got from, I believe, Minnesota last year. It's not
It's James Lynch, right?
James Lynch. I don't know why I keep calling him Jordan Lynch. It's James Lynch. You're right.
He played for
James Lynch.
Jordan Lynch is he
I
played
forget.
in the NFL too.
Yeah.
He did. So we'll go ahead.
Something like that. But yeah, James Lynch, number 97. Of course, we was coming in looking for Jordan Vandenberg, of course, but he was right next to him. And I just kept on seeing nice and amazing things from him. He got pressure a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's nice pad level, nice rip through. You can see the power coming off. His get off is pretty quick. So if I can see some more from him, he's one of those guys where I was like putting him next to Jordan Vandenberg. It might be a nice nasty duo. Them motherfuckers was getting at it last week.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I saw from him, bro. Like both of them niggas, they built like football players, bro. Like they are some Bash brothers. Let's get at it. Let's pick up the keg and drink it straight type
My
dude.
mama.
So it's like
fraternity ass niggas.
right. So like I have no qualms with what you said for the second of the 5. But I'm gonna go with who was I looking at? Wait a second, I had him. Well, we could definitely say Austin Booker. I'll just go ahead and toss him out there first and foremost because, like, Austin Booker has a lot of pressure on him this season going into his 3rd year as that edge rusher that's supposed to help out the Montez Sweats and the Dangbo because Dangbo, we don't know what we're going to get from him. So I'll go ahead with Austin Booker. He didn't really show me much last week. And he got to go out there and do him. I'm gonna do a 2 for because Dio didn't show you much either.
They 2 for 1. Oh, my
last week, and Dio making 16 M's this season, whereas Austin's only making 1. He's trying to get to the position where he can become one of the franchise cornerstones, check a bag.
Yeah.
To Montez Sweat and put pressure on the quarterback.
For sure. Speaking of pressure on the quarterback, my second pick is going to be Daniel Hardy. Now, I made a bold little statement that I felt like Daniel Hardy could be our Dominique Robinson of this year. I don't know about you. He played gunner for a nice portion of the year. Made a lot of plays playing gunner, but we've seen even in practice and even in last game, like he when he put him out there, you just tell him to rush the quarterback, he could cause some pressures, quarterback hits, and potentially some sacks. And I don't know if you saw that clip that he with the second interception in joint practice, he caused that by tipping the ball. Mind you, the motherfucker jumped about 30 inches in the air at edge. So like I said, I think Daniel Hardy has a lot of upside, and it's all about just him getting some experience and getting him more playing time. So I'm gonna definitely see him, especially with him being down the board when it comes to the edges. I think he's gonna get a lot of playing time today, so I'm expecting to see more playing time from him today. And he's my second one or third. No, not second one for
Well,
sure.
that was your second one, but that was the fourth one overall.
Yeah.
And the fifth one, I'm going with the rookie Dylan Thieneman.
Uh,
Um, with the injury to Kobe Bryant, the pressure on him, the expectations for him are ratcheted up 1,000.
mm-hmm.
Now Xavier Woods gonna take a little bit of pressure off of him, and I like that signing. Like I can't applaud the Bears enough for going out and getting a veteran as quickly as they did after the Kobe Bryant injury. But Dylan Thieneman is coming in with the pedigree, right? We know what he accomplished in college, especially you, because he played at Oregon, and then of course we saw him play for another Big Ten team. I think it was the Purdue Boilermakers. Him and his
Yeah.
brothers all went there. I think his
Mm-hmm.
dad went there too. But you know, he's going to have to catch up to the speed of the game faster than you would expect a rookie safety to have to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in last week, we saw him go out there and make a couple plays, but he also was behind on a couple plays as well. So this week, let's see if he's kind of adjusting to the speed of the game at the rate that he needs to, because in 2 weeks he's going to be playing real football as opposed to just practicing in preseason and getting a few snaps here and there. He's going to get 40, 50 snaps in the first game, maybe even
Mm-hmm.
more. So I'm expecting this. I want to know what you think, but my eyes are on Dylan Thieneman later tonight.
I'm kind of glad you broke him up because I was gonna put my last one as his running mate, who I think is gonna be his running mate. At times, maybe not because Xavier Wood looks like the injury wasn't as bad. He did return back to practice, but I think Skylar Thompson is somebody we got to look at as well because he's something. He's somebody we really gonna have to sit back and really look at and see can can two young guys go and coincide and hold down the fort as the last line of defense because we know whether you're a defender, I mean a DB or a safety, if you're young, they're gonna test you. They're gonna test
Mhm.
you at every point. Throw different type of coverage, throw different type of slant, different type of everything. Gonna hit you with everything they got. So I'm gonna look at Skylar Thompson. I did see some good things last game. I'm expecting him to make more of an impact with this game for sure. But with Dylan, yeah, Dylan made some key tackles last game, especially on that third down where he stopped that run. Of course, you want to see some more of that ball skill that we did get in practice. He did pick off Joe Burrow off a tip pass. So yeah, Dylan is definitely one of those people we're going to be heavily invested in.
Absolutely, man. And did we see Shamar Turner last week? I know we just did
I
5 in
don't. I don't think we
total.
did. I don't think we did.
Is he playing?
He should be.
Because we got to see what we
That's
got
an
from the young
honorable
fella.
mention. Fuck you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. Like we got what's because he was injured all last season, and the Bears spent what, like a 4th-round pick on him, 3rd round. What was Shamar? Hold on, let me see. He was
It
a
was the
he was a
third, the
second.
second
He was a
round.
2nd-round
Yeah.
pick, and he's still on PUP. So I don't even know if we're gonna see him today. So man, that's tough. That's tough right there. But all right, next topic.
On to the next topic. Now, one name is a name that we constantly hear, whether it's game, practice, training camp, OTA, no matter what. It's Colston Loveland. And I've come out and said that, hell, he at this point, he our wide receiver one. That's the
Hmm.
way it's talking because as if I've been hearing from Adam Hogue, Pat the designer, whoever it is, the people that's at training camp is constantly saying Coastal Loving just looking out there being unguardable. Nobody can guard him. He's making plays each and every day. The chemistry and the synergy between him and Killer Williams is growing each and every practice. So the question is the hype on Coastal Loving too high, or is it exactly where it's supposed to be, or is he earning his everything that he's been talked about?
I mean, it has to be too high, right? Considering that we haven't seen an actual true game yet. Like, it's one of those things that he's gonna have to go out there and live up to the hype from jump. Now we saw what happened with Colston. at from the back half of the season and going into the playoffs, and how he was pretty much the reason the Bears was able to come back versus the Packers in that wild card
Mm-hmm.
win in the playoffs. So but again, like it has to be too high because for me, we just haven't seen it on wax yet. As Bobby like to say, put it on wax.
For
So it's
sure.
like you can hear everything that you want to hear about players and what they're doing in training camp, what they're doing in practice, and what they do in the preseason. But until is the rubber actually meets the road, it's just that. It's just hype. Now, what I will say though is I like it and I'm not mad at it because when you think about the greats, you think about the Patrick Mahomes, this. You think about the Tom Brady, this. You think about pretty much a lot of Hall of Fame quarterbacks. That safety valve is their tight end. Look
Yeah.
at Gronk. Look at Taylor Swift's husband.
Travis Kelsey. You
I know
bogus.
it's Travis Kelsey,
You
but he,
bogus.
hey, it is what it is. The niggas had this $19 million wedding a couple of weeks ago. But no, seriously though, that safety valve is important. The tight end position is evolving in the NFL to the point where is it really? It's like positionless football at this point with the tight end, just like in the NBA where you got a 7-footer bringing the ball up the court. You got a tight end running in the slot, running on the outside, coming on the inside, hitting that seam. So Colston Loveland got a lot to prove this season, and you know. I just wonder how Cole Kmet feel about all of it because, geez, that man making $10 million to be a second fiddle at his own position.
I
So
mean, he can't feel too bad because it wasn't like he didn't have his moments. Like even when you have somebody of Colston Loveland's ilk, it frees up everybody else. If you got all the attention, Colston can eat off that, especially in this offense where he could be lined up next to the right tackle, be blocking for a second, and then peel off, and then he's necking up the field because nobody's seeing him.
well,
But
and the Bears are planning on running 13 personnel with Sam Roush and Colston and Cole. So I'm excited to see it. But so
yeah,
is the hype train or the love train for Colston Loveland a little too hype? I say yes because this is only his second year and he hasn't shown us much yet in
yeah,
reality. But is it a bad thing? I say no.
yeah. I mean, I'll put it this way: simple and quick. Hype is only hype until you turn it into reality. And I think he's capable of turning that to reality, especially not just because of his talent, but because of the offense he's in. He's going to be schemed open. And with his talent, he's already going to cause separation with his own technique and his route tree. So at the end of the day, it might be high, but he just got to live up to it because if he lives up to it, it ain't going to be hype no more. It's only hype until you make it come true. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how I feel about the whole situation.
Amen.
But you got anything else for this topic?
Nah, man. Hey, Colston, we looking forward to seeing what you got, gang. Let's go.
Let's get it. And the rest of the tight ends for sure. But
Facts.
with the final topic of the day, we're gonna talk about this left tackle position and this battle because it's indeed interesting each and every practice. 1 minute is Braxton. 1 minute we talking about Coasting. I mean not Coasting. We talking about Kerry Amagaje. 1 minute we talking about Jedrick Wills. Then we talking about Theo Benedict. Did Theo Benedict move his ass over the right tackle and then Kyron go over the right tackle? Then he moves back to left tackle. Then we come in. Ozzy might come back. And then it's a whole thing. But to me, it's a good problem to have. The fact that we kind of feel some type of confidence in at least 3 left tackles is pretty good to me. But as of right now, I think Braxton Jones is still in the lead until further notice. We all know the looming return of Ozzy is looming. So once he's healthy and everything, I think he would become back to his form and be the left tackle. But what's your thought process on everything when it comes to the left tackle position
I'm gonna
and
tell you
battle?
this: as much as I love Braxton, and he's been here for a while. He'd been through a lot as a Chicago Bear. That nigga better not suffer so much as a paper cut. He better not even send a text message with a word misspelled. Because they're gonna take that as an opportunity to put Ozzy in
Yep.
or somebody else. Seriously, Ben Johnson gonna be like, "Did you? He misspelled there. He put THIEREIR instead of THERE. He's on the bench. Bench him." So I just feel like it's Braxton's job to lose right now, but Ozzy's gonna be in there sooner rather than later because we saw what he was able to accomplish last season, and the fact that he had a superhuman Herculean effort to make it back.
Wolverine.
Like, what are we talking about here? Did he go kick it with Barry Bonds and them? Get some Valco? Like, well, what's happening here? But you're completely correct. It's a good problem to have. I think Kieran, he's probably the odd man out in this
Think so?
situation. Yeah, I mean, he
I
didn't
don't
look
know.
good. He didn't look good in the first preseason
He
game.
didn't look terrible.
He didn't look good though. And these weren't against number ones either. Like he was out there, it wasn't the greatest effort against Home Depot parking lot workers. So do you think Jedrick might be the odd man out?
Only because of injuries.
I'll give you that.
It's just a health risk with him. I feel like there's still a lot of upside with Kieran. You just gotta coach him up. Versus
This year
Jedrick.
3 for Kieran, right?
Yeah. But it's
Big
like
Yale.
year 4 or 5 with Jarrett?
I'm talking about with the Bears though.
Oh yeah.
Big Yale is how upside is upside until you're Patrick Williams, right? It's like I hate to do that to Kieran, but eventually you got to be more than just upside. You got to put it on wax, as we talked about. So today I'm gonna be looking at that left tackle position a lot. While people looking at the ball moving downfield, my eyes is gonna be on that left tackle to see exactly what each one of these individuals are doing to protect Caleb Williams. Now, the Bears do a lot of stuff to the right because of how the left tackle has been in flux so much. But I
don't think that's the exact reason. I think it's because how dominant they ass in the run game on the right side.
Yeah, because we got that nigga Darnell Wright.
Yeah,
that nigga Darnell Wright. All right, that's not the topic. But hey, shout out to the Bears for passing. I mean, I wanted Jared Verse and some of the defensive players that was available when we drafted Darnell Wright. But hey, shout out to the Bears for sticking to their guns and grabbing that young man. But
sure.
yeah, the left tackle situation is going to be something I'm paying close attention to tonight, though.
Definitely. We don't know exactly who's going to get played tonight. We think it's going to be Braxton. And sometime probably going to see some Kieran, probably some Jedrick Wilson, Theo for sure. But yeah, I'm at my eyes on this whole offensive line, definitely. But you got anything else for this episode, bro?
No, bro, we finna kick it, man. If y'all going to the Bulls Fest, you gonna see us. We out there, baby. All of us, with the exception of Big Mike from Chicago Cubs Central. But the rest of us are gonna be there. And then, hey, tonight is gonna be a very special episode of Chicago Bears Central. Live call with C-Dub at 6 o'clock.
That's all we're gonna say. Just tune in.
Hopefully we doing the pregame too, depending on when we leave the Big Bulls Fest. But it's about to be litty.
It's about to be litty for sure. But thank y'all for tuning in for another Saturday episode of Chicago Bears Central with your boy Steve-O Speaks and Big Kev. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on your way out. And we'll check on y'all next Saturday. Peace. Oh, shit. I don't even got the goddamn thing up. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the break. This has been a presentation of the Break Media.